35-year-old Christy Sipple is no stranger to the Russell County court system and allegations of harming her children. According to court documents, Sipple was charged with chemical endangerment of a child she gave birth to in February of 2018 for permitting the unborn child to have contact with marijuana while she was pregnant. Sipple was indicted on that charge in August of 2019. The case was continued and set for trial in February of 2022. Sipple arrested this week in the murder and human trafficking of her daughter, 5-year-old Kamarie Holland, discovered strangled and sexually assaulted on December 13th in an abandoned Phoenix City home. Sipple is charged with murder during the course of a kidnapping, rape, and sodomy, along with human trafficking. Court documents allege Sipple knowingly sold the little girl for sex to 37-year-old Jeremy Williams, who is facing several charges in the case, including capital murder and production of child pornography. Both cases are under a gag order, so the full account of what investigators believe Holland endured, allegedly at the hands of her mother and Williams, is expected to come out later in court. Reporting in Russell County, Elizabeth White, WRBL News 3, on your side.
Hey everybody, this is Candace Yvette with Black Women Aware. First, I'd like to say thank you to everybody who comes by and supports my page. It really does mean a lot to me. If you all could please press the like or dislike button and subscribe, comment, or even email me if you have any suggestions, questions, or concerns. My email is always going to be in the description box. Again, thank you for visiting my channel. Every 5.5 hours in the United States of America, a black woman or child is murdered. Stop killing black women. Stop killing black children. Hey guys, it's Candace Yvette with Black Women Aware. So I had to jump in real quick and give this message. First, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for visiting my page. Thank you for showing support and being concerned about the injustices that black women and children face every day in the United States. I really do appreciate your support. You don't know how much that means to me, especially because I myself am a black woman. I'd also like to put this quick disclaimer out there. Do not come to my page victim shaming or blaming. You will be immediately blocked for that. I do not tolerate it. There is no need for it. And I'm pretty sure you knew what you were saying in the comment before you posted it. So be respectful. Many of the victims, their families come back and they visit this page. I am their advocate. This is their safe space. No disrespect will be tolerated. You all have a good day. I'm going to let you go back into the commentary. So before I get started on this video, I would like to extend my prayers and condolences to the family of Kamarie Holland. I cannot begin to understand or think about what you guys are going through at this difficult time, and my prayers go out to you. So I'm going to read this article, ladies and gents, that I found, and I'm going to give my commentary throughout. Pictured is 35-year-old Christy Sipple, or she also is known as Christy Hoskins. She was taken into custody this week and charged with 1 count each of sex trafficking, murder during a kidnapping, murder during rape, and also murder during sodomy in the death of her 5-year-old daughter, Kamarie Holland, who was found dead in an abandoned building in Alabama, abandoned house rather. And she was found deceased maybe around December 13th through the 15th. So literally 2 weeks ago. A copy of the arrest warrant for the sex trafficking charge reportedly states that Christy did agree with another person to pay her for having sexual intercourse and sodomy with her minor child. So basically, somebody wanted to pay her to have sex with her child, basically. They worded that so weird, y'all. So in the series of events began when Christy called 911 on December 13th and reported that her daughter was missing. Officers with the Columbus Police Department in Georgia responded to the home located on Bowman Street at approximately 6:45 a.m., according to an affidavit obtained by the Ledger Inquirer. Officers arrived on the scene shortly after and spoke with Christy, who reportedly said that Kamarie slept in the bed with her and woke up at approximately 3 a.m. Christy said she then went back to sleep and claimed that when she awoke at approximately 6 a.m., the front door was open and her daughter was gone. Now, I had already said when I first seen Christy's picture that I was not looking at a human being. I was looking at a demonic entity. You know what I mean? She looks demonic. It's darkness all around her, right? And then to read this, and she says that at 3 a.m. she woke up at 3 a.m. and they don't specify who woke up. She says that Kamarie slept in the bed with her and woke her up approximately at 3 a.m. Okay, so she basically saying she woke the baby up at 3 a.m. Y'all know 3 a.m. is the witching hour. Weirdly enough, and I looked dead at this lady picture and said she looks demonic. I looked at the picture and said she looked demonic before I even read the article, y'all. Weird. You know how I pick up on stuff like that. But anyways, woke her up for what? You know, some of these cops, it's like they don't continue to press. You know, my favorite question is why? Why did you wake her up? You know what I mean? Was she a bedwetter? Was she uncomfortable? Why did you wake her up? Let me tell y'all what my theory is. My theory is she got that baby up at 3 a.m. because that pervert, that sick pedophile was there to pick that baby up, and they were doing the trade-off. Christy was allegedly gonna get some money, and she was gonna get that baby up. And who literally gets up at 3 a.m.? Maybe some people, but not majority wise. Most people are asleep, even in big cities. And I've been all over this great USA, even in cities as big as Dallas or Atlanta. Like, it might be some people awoke, but it's not as bad as like between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. Most people are not awake at 3 a.m. So my theory is she got that baby up to hand her off to another demon like herself. Let me go on and keep reading. So Miss Hoskins stated that she searched the house when she woke up at 6 a.m. and could not find her daughter. So she called the police. Miss Hoskins then stated that she lives at home alone but gets visitation allowed by the father, Kamarie Holland. That further let me know that something was off with what she was telling the police. And they're not saying much, you know, so I don't know for sure if the police didn't question her why. Because they're not saying much. They did put out like a gag order, so they really are not giving much details at this time on Kamarie's death or what led up to her death. But if you live alone, right, and you got your daughter over there with you who you don't have full custody of, you only get visitation. I don't know about y'all, but when people come over my house and I live alone, I am fully aware. I don't even sleep normal when people are over my house. And not because I'm paranoid or anything like that. It's mostly because I'm fully aware that I'm not in my house alone. You know what I mean? You even sleep different. Y'all look, it's a study that I need to try to find it because I read all the time, y'all. I come across interesting things about people, psychology, sociology all the time, right? So it's even a study done that when you're sleeping in an abnormal place or not your home or you're on a trip, you usually don't get as good of a rest as you do when you're at home because you're fully aware. Even when you're unconscious or subconscious or you're asleep, you're fully aware that you are not at home or in a spot that you're used to. You know, so that further lets me know that something was going on at 3 a.m. You just didn't get up. And then what the daughter get up for? Was she a bedwetter? You know what I'm saying? Did you get her up to take her to the bathroom? Was she under the weather? Was she up complaining about something? Was she a wild sleeper to where you had to readjust her? You know what I'm saying? Because anybody who's ever slept with a child, y'all know some of these children sleep wild. And You might sleep and both of y'all heads may be at the head of the bed, but you might wake up and that child head is at the foot of the bed. The child leg is across your abdomen and whatever, so what the fuck did you get up at 3 a.m. for? Was the child struggling with insomnia? I really want to know, because they're not going into detail. Police began a search and investigation into the girl's disappearance. Later that evening, authorities discovered the girl's body in a vacant house located on 15th Avenue, just across the state line in Phoenix City, Alabama. I can't talk today, y'all. What's wrong with me? Investigators confirmed that there was evidence of that the child died of asphyxiation and had been sexually abused. The house where Kamarie's body was found had been previously occupied by a man by the name of Jeremy Tremaine Williams, who authorities said also knew Kamarie's mother, Christy. Authorities arrested Williams a short time later at a motel, and y'all forgive me because I can't produce the name of this street, but I'm going to give it a go. Opelika Road in Phoenix City, and charged him with the capital murder of a child under the age of 14. Russell County Sheriff Heath Taylor on Wednesday stated that he also expects Williams to be charged with capital murder during kidnapping, capital murder during a rape, capital murder during sodomy, and production of child pornography, which means he took that innocent child, and as he abused her, as he tormented her, as he tortured her, he recorded himself doing those evil acts and was going to sell it to other demons like himself. According to the report, deputies with the U.S. Marshal Services arrested Sipple in Georgia on Tuesday, and she appeared before a judge in Columbus on Wednesday morning and was ordered held without bond. She also reportedly signed a waiver to allow the authorities to extradite her back to Alabama, because I believe she's from Georgia, to face trial. Judge David Johnson earlier this month issued a gag order preventing authorities from discussing the details of the investigation into Kamarie's death, meaning additional information is unlikely to come out until both suspects appear before for a preliminary hearing on the latest charges. After that, the evidence will be, it says they need to make sure they're editing these things right, because this is literally what it says. It says, after that, the evidence with be, and I literally read it like that. So I'm going to correct it for them. After that, the evidence will be presented to a grand jury for potential indictments. Kamarie's father released a statement on his daughter's behalf to WRBL on Tuesday morning. The amount of pain Christy has caused by ripping Kamarie out of our lives will never cease. We are glad to see that she has been arrested, and we are one step closer to justice for Kamarie. It is our hope that justice is served. Christy should receive whatever maximum penalty she can get. Holland also wrote in a statement, "She's a monster. A real mother protects her children and will die for her children. My family will continue to wrestle with the loss of our angel Kamarie. We will ask that you continue to make your news about her and give her the justice that she deserves." Yeah, they really needed to edit this out, because it's all just messed up. But yeah, I agree. She definitely needs to be brought to justice. And I really hope and wish that I can, even if I have to volunteer my time, that people who harm children, because people currently who harm children, I don't even want to call them people, for one, they're demons. These people who go around and they abuse children, they don't get as harsh sentences as people who have dealt drugs or sold drugs, or people who have been caught with drugs or are actively doing drugs. They don't get harsh sentences like that, right? So I believe that the laws concerning child trafficking and abuse should be stricter, right? If you're found guilty of abusing a child or whatever, I don't think you should be allowed to even continue to walk the earth, right? But then it also begs the question of what's going to happen to the victims, like if the laws are made stricter, because in some of the cases where laws are made stricter in these cases, they like have a higher chances of putting victims in actually worse situations than better situations. What do I mean by that? Like, y'all ever watch a movie or seen cases? You don't even have to watch movies anymore. Just read the current events in your local newspaper or media outlet where they're killing everybody in a household. They're even killing the children because they don't want witnesses. Because if there's if there's anybody alive or whatever who could tell the story, who could testify, they have a higher chance of when they go to trial getting hit with those charges and being sentenced. So, it's a flip side to every coin. That's just like saying, okay, abortion should be outlawed. And this is me just giving up examples of me trying to prove my point. If you outlaw abortion and abortion is deemed to be illegal, then you will have people who get pregnant going in the back, they call them back alley abortions, and getting them done that way. So it's always a flip side to every coin. But I definitely believe something needs to be done. I do believe it was Alabama or Georgia, one of those states, where I read an article where they're now castrating pedophiles, but something needs to be done to female pedophiles as well. No leniency needs to be shown to them either, or whatever you want to call it. It shouldn't be shown to them either. I'm going to jump off of here. As I said in the beginning of this video, my heart goes out to the family of Kamarie Holland. I cannot begin to imagine the pain you all must feel. I'm hoping that they have the death penalty down there in Alabama. And not only am I hoping they have the death penalty, I'm hoping that justice, the death penalty, gets served quickly. I'm hoping she's found guilty. I'm hoping also that Jermaine gets found guilty and that they don't sit years and years and years in the death penalty. I hope they go straight to a chair if Alabama still uses the chair, because these fools don't deserve to go in peace, like with just an injection. That's just my thoughts on it. Y'all be safe, be alert, be aware, and please protect your children out here, okay?